If you were the person that had
Stand
that
on
one
it.
vote, you should just be able to stand on it, and we should know who you are. In the NBA, voting is not anonymous.
Yeah.
So I would love for the WNBA
Agreed.
to make the voting so we see who put the votes where.
ESPN has kicked off a ridiculous controversy after Caitlin Clark was overlooked for Rookie of the Year. And at the center of it, Alyssa Thomas. She took it upon herself to act like judge, jury, and executioner. Caitlin was just one vote short, one single vote, from making WNBA history by winning Rookie of the Year unanimously. She received 66 out of 67 votes.
The lone vote cast not in favor of Clark went to Angel Reese. The vote kept Clark from becoming the WNBA's 5th ever unanimous Rookie
Who
of
was
the
the
Year.
voter?
But then Alyssa had to step in and spoil it by backing Angel Reese, of all people. Her choice ended up costing Caitlin that one historic vote.
Caitlin Clark wins the Rookie of the Year. There was one vote for Angel Reese, everybody else for Caitlin Clark.
I mean, seriously? The one player Caitlin completely outperformed in every single stat. That's just pathetic. Fans, experts, and analysts are tearing Alyssa apart over this, and let's be honest, it's not just about a vote. This feels like a personal vendetta fueled by jealousy. And yes, there's a strong undercurrent of racial bias here too.
We all know what this really is. It's an attack on Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark's the wrong face for this league because her fans are so racist.
Let's put this in perspective. Caitlin Clark dominated the league, shattering records no one even came close to. Yet here's Alyssa, using her one vote to make some petty statement. The nerve. Clark set a new single-season assist record with 337 assists, leading the league with 8.4 assists per game. And the most ridiculous part? Alyssa thinks she can just dismiss Caitlin's historic season like it's no big deal. No, Alyssa, this isn't your personal playground to push your agenda. It's the WNBA. How about respecting real talent for once?
Just broke records that were set by rookies. She broke records that were set by veterans in this league when they were double digits into their playing career. Caitlin Clark broke those records. For me, the individual performances of Caitlin were phenomenal.
And of course, Alyssa had to back Angel Reese. The same Angel Reese who, let's not forget, has been complaining that Caitlin's fans are only supporting her because she's white. Alyssa, the supposed veteran and leader of the league, decided to jump right into that mess by giving Reese a vote she definitely didn't earn. Let's be real here. Angel Reese played just 34 games this season, sitting out half the time due to injuries. And when she was on the court, she wasn't anywhere near as impactful as Caitlin Clark. This wasn't about talent, stats, or performance. It was Alyssa using her vote to throw Reese a pity party. If that's not petty, I don't know what is. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark's stats were on another level. She averaged 19.2 points, 5.7 rebounds, and 1.3 steals per game. She didn't just lead rookies. She led the entire league in three-pointers per game, with 3.0. Clark was also the first rookie to achieve a triple-double, something most players can only dream of doing in their prime, let alone in their debut season.
Years from now, do we go, yeah, but she wasn't a unanimous Rookie of the Year? I don't think we're going to care. I think that'll be the least of the awards that she wins that we'll be talking.
And what did Angel Reese do? Oh, that's right. She completely tanked. Reese's Chicago Sky lost 13 of their last 16 games. But hey, according to Alyssa, Reese was the more deserving one. Give me a break. That's not just delusional, it's downright embarrassing.
Secondly, if you're the person who voted for Angel Reese, clearly I would think that you're aware of what the reaction might be. Would you put your name out there?
Sure.
I don't think they have yet. I'm checking.
Sure.
And Caitlin's fans didn't stay quiet about it. They called Alyssa out for what's really going on here, bias and racism. Let's be honest, Alyssa wasn't supporting Reese because she admired her game. No, this was a calculated move to bring down Clark, who's been breaking every barrier the league has put in front of her. Alyssa's so-called vote wasn't about talent or performance. It was about being spiteful and bitter, plain and simple. Meanwhile, Reese was practically ghosting her own team when they needed her most. But Alyssa's brilliant idea? Reward mediocrity and bench-warming over a player who's literally breaking records every game.
I mean, those situations like that,
You think it's probably something personal, huh?
It's not just embarrassing, it's a complete mockery of the sport. And then Alyssa has the audacity to think she's making some kind of power statement. Girl, please. This is a pathetic cry for attention, and everyone sees right through it. Alyssa Thomas wasn't supporting Reese out of respect for her game. She was trying to tear Clark down and push a twisted agenda. She couldn't handle seeing a rookie getting more attention, so she thought, hey, let me back the one player who didn't deserve it. It's not even subtle. It's a petty vendetta disguised as a vote, and the worst part? The WNBA lets this happen because they allow these votes to stay anonymous. There's no justification for it.
The lone vote cast not in favor of Clark went to Angel Reese. The vote kept Clark from becoming the WNBA's 5th ever unanimous rookie.
Who was the voter?
Unlike the NBA, where voters have to stand behind their choices, Alyssa gets to hide behind her nonsense without any accountability. That's exactly why fans are furious. No joke. People are saying whoever voted for Reese should be put in prison, and honestly, I don't blame them. This wasn't just a rogue vote. It was a deliberate attack on Caitlyn's success.
The most important person in the league is Caitlin Clark, and should be a top 5, if not, it should have been a top 3 MVP candidate. But I'm talking about value, and value, we can all have a different opinion on that. Her value on the floor, in the arena, in the league, all of that.
The entire league is buzzing, and not in a good way. Analysts, fans, insiders, everyone is tearing into Alyssa for exposing just how broken the system is. Even Andrea Carter didn't hold back, calling for the WNBA to reveal the voting records because this kind of nonsense is ruining the league's credibility. This isn't just a problem for Caitlin Clark, it's a WNBA issue. When players like Alyssa Thomas pull stunts like this, it shows that the league is more focused on protecting biased voters than honoring actual talent. Allowing this kind of garbage to slide is a surefire way to alienate the only fan base that's been growing, thanks to players like Clark.
As a rookie, she was the most blitzed player in the WNBA, and she still put up 19, 5, and 8 assists, breaking, like you said, the assist record. To be able to do that as a rookie in the face of that much defensive pressure, should have been unanimous.
Should have been.
So, Alyssa, congratulations. You've managed to take what should have been a celebration of true talent and turned it into a joke. And for what? To support a player who is sitting on the sidelines for most of the season? No one is buying your fake support. This was about undermining a player who made the rest of the league look like amateurs. The WNBA needs to wake up and fix this mess because at this rate, they're turning a league full of potential into a circus run by clowns like Alyssa. If they keep allowing petty grudges and shady voting to control the narrative, the entire award system is going to crumble. And honestly, it would be a well-deserved downfall.
Caitlin Clark's the most valuable, most important person in the WNBA this year, and should have been unanimous Rookie of the Year. It's not the end of the world.
Remember when Alyssa pulled this same stunt in 2023? She accused her own teammates of racism just to make herself look like some kind of crusader for justice. But it turns out that was just a front, a ploy to manipulate outcomes and keep herself in the spotlight. But guess what, Alyssa? No one is buying your nonsense anymore. This vote wasn't some noble stand. It was a desperate move to cling to the last threads of your fading relevance.
We all know what this really is. It's an attack on Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark's the wrong face for this league because her fans are so racist.
Oh, but of course, Alyssa isn't going to admit that. No, she's going to pretend this is all about supporting Angel Reese, who, let's face it, couldn't even keep her own team from falling apart. Reese wasn't leading anything except a parade of losses while she sat out the last 5 games due to injury. And don't even get me started on how this makes the WNBA look. Alyssa didn't just damage her own image. She dragged the entire league's reputation through the mud by allowing this kind of manipulation to go unchecked. The WNBA has turned its own award system into a joke. Fans are questioning whether any of these awards even mean anything anymore. Social media is ablaze with people calling out this sham of a vote.
We had to go to the NBA because of players calling all kinds of nasty racial names to Caitlin Clark, white bitch being the most of. I mean, That's the players. Now they sit up there, the one idiot.
It's time for the WNBA to wake up and fix this broken system. The NBA makes their votes public, so why shouldn't the WNBA? As long as the votes remain anonymous, people like Alyssa will keep hiding behind their biases, manipulating the results, and getting away with it. This isn't just a minor controversy. It's a full-blown crisis of credibility. If they don't step in and start holding people accountable, then what's the point of having these awards in the first place? The truth is, Alyssa's vote had nothing to do with supporting Reese, and everything to do with taking a swing at Caitlin Clark's success. But in the end, the only person she ended up exposing was herself. The WNBA needs to adopt transparency and stop letting people like Alyssa play puppet master. If they don't, fans are going to lose faith in the league. And guess what?
Just wish that the person who gave Angel Reese a vote for Rookie of the Year could have recognized that Angel Reese had a tremendous season, a historic season in her own right. Sometimes you just go up against a juggernaut of someone who is so definitively the best rookie in your...
That'll be Alyssa's real legacy, being the player who turned the WNBA's integrity into a joke. She won't be remembered as some hero for quality, but rather as the player who destroyed the entire award system out of sheer spite. Congratulations, Alyssa. You've accomplished one thing, making everyone see just how desperate and petty you really are. Enjoy that title. It's the only one you've earned this season. This vote was a sham, plain and simple. It wasn't about performance. It was Alyssa Thomas weaponizing her vote to undermine a rookie who's making waves because guess what? She's just that good. And now Alyssa wants to play innocent and act like this was all about supporting the underdog? Please. You've played yourself, and the entire league is watching. So, congratulations, Alyssa. You didn't just lose credibility. You've officially made yourself the laughingstock of the WNBA. Enjoy that title.